To which I say to Carolina and the powers that be at Carolina that hired Bill Belichick. You wanted attention? You wanted spotlight? You wanted eyeballs? You wanted magnetism? You wanted to be the center of the college sports universe? Orders up. You got it. Here it is. Is that what you thought it was going to be? Was that as awesome as you thought it was going to be? There is a... And it's a sports phenomena. I think they do a better job of it in business, so maybe there was somebody in the room raising their hand saying, hey, guys, we should think about it this way. But in sports, and I think it's because everybody's very confident, everybody's very ego-driven, everybody feels like you can work hard enough to eliminate the risk, because that's what sports teaches you, right? If you work hard enough, if you train hard enough, if you go all out in the offseason, anything is possible. We all watch Rudy, right? When they were hiring Bill Belichick, I think there was a lot of optimism. This could change everything. We could win at a high level. The guy's got Super Bowls. Every recruit in the country is going to want to play for him. And there may have even been some conversations about, it could also not go that well, right? We might not win a lot year one. We might not come out the gates guns blazing because he's going to have to change a lot, and there's going to be a learning curve. Did anyone's imagination go far enough to say, you know what? By Wednesday after our Monday opener, Bill Burr could be doing 4 minutes of stand-up about how bad we were on national television? Do you think anyone's imagination went that far? We're going to become such a phenomena, such a epicenter of college football, that if we lose 48-14 in week one of the sharpest, quickest, most diabolical roasters on the planet is going to kind of defend our coach while throwing the school under the bus. You could easily imagine, if Bill Belichick takes over, Michael Jordan is going to be in the suite, and Aaron Boone's going to be walking on the sideline, and Mia Hamm and Julius Peppers, and ESPN's going to put on a special Monday Night Football pro broadcast of college, because you can imagine that, and it's so crystal clear. Do you think the ghost of Christmas past showed up at any point in time to go, or let me show you what else could happen? You could lose 48-14 in the first game, and on Wednesday, Bill Burr will be on Rich Eisen saying this.
What'd you think of Bill Belichick's first game as head coach of North Carolina?
What'd you think of Joe Namath on the Rams? What'd you think of Johnny Unitas on the Chargers? What happened to that guy? What do you think of Lewis Hamilton driving a Ford Pinto? Dude, since when? Is the University of North Carolina even in the conversation of a college football powerhouse?
Not at all.
Exactly.
And still not right now.
Exactly. He's driving a mid-sized car, and he's going to try to, he's got some curb finders on it. Can he have more than one game? Oh, look at that. Look at the look, that look on his face. Like, you guys, all this says to me is how much it bothered you that for 20 years, you couldn't even enjoy the greatest NFL head coach of all time. Yeah. Did you see him lose the first game?
No.
That is not how you draw it up for UNC. And do you know what the irony is? Because you hired Bill Belichick, and Boston fans like Bill Burr are so diehard Bill Belichick defenders, they will throw North Carolina under the bus in order to preserve Bill Belichick.
Oh, I sat next to Boston media in the press box on the game on Monday.
This is all, North Carolina's never been good. We know Bill is a great coach. This is North Carolina's fault, is essentially what Bill Burr said with much more clever wording and better comedic timing. That's not how you drew it up. That's not how you drew it up at all. And now, as we talked about yesterday, you have to trust Bill Belichick to fix it and fix it quick, because every time that is if all the attention is pointed at North Carolina, every time those spotlights, every time those eyeballs find something like that, it's actually becoming more difficult. right? It's becoming more difficult. Nobody wants to raise money for a laughingstock. No booster wants to be like, yeah, I gave a whole bunch of money to Bill, and all that happened was he got made fun of on national television a bunch. Or we did to save him. So now Bill Belichick has to fix it, and a piece of news came out today. Dennis, I don't even know if you saw this. I learned this right before the show.
Go on.
John Middlecoff was the first to report, although it's been confirmed by other journalists, but, take it for what it is, that Bill Belichick is banning Patriots scouts from UNC practices. Bill Belichick is banning scouts from his former employer at UNC practices.
I actually remember when Pete Thamel, before the game against TCU on Monday, even but said that Bill Belichick has been very restrictive to scouts at practice. I mean, I didn't realize it was specifically Patriots, but just in general, NFL scouts.
This brings me back to what I was saying yesterday. Bill Belichick undoubtedly, and should be, is being very critical watching film and implementing changes and trying to fix things from what took place on Monday. That's what coaches should be doing. Right after a loss, especially on a short week, you have to get right to the point. You have to be very blunt. You have to fix it. You have to move on. And players will accept that. They should. But it's much easier to accept that if you think the person telling you those harsh truths has nothing but your best interest at heart. And guess what every single player on that UNC football team dreams of? Playing in the NFL. Now imagine if the coach goes, there's 32 NFL teams. That's not many. 32 NFL teams. And we're going to limit that to 31 that can watch you make your case at practice because I have a personal grudge. Does that sound like something where a player is going to go, oh, he definitely has my best interest at heart? When he criticizes me, when he tells me something to fix, he's definitely thinking about me. There's no way that's what's best for the team. I can't find anything that's best for the team, best for the players, best for anything as far as limiting one specific team. If you banned all scouts, then we could talk about it, right? Maybe you thought the players were, playing too much to the scouts, and it was too me. Look at me, I'm trying to play in the league. Like, you're not being sound schematically because you want to go make a highlight play in front of the scouts. If you banned all scouts, we could talk about it. Banning one specific team that you have a history with, I don't know if you have the relationship with the players yet. If you and the players have been in some foxholes, if you love and depend on each other and you know how you react to everything and you went to the players honestly and say, hey, listen, I need a favor from y'all. I need to win this breakup with my old boss. I need y'all to sacrifice a little bit so I can get the last word. Then it might be a rallying cry, right? Then players are, okay, that's our guy. But you need a relationship for that. Because all I hear right now is a lot of jokes being made about UNC. And I don't know if you're aware of this, but 19 to 23-year-old young men, they don't do the best with getting made fun of. And they're not the most mature in how they react to it. So if you're on UNC and all you're hearing is your team and your coach and your school being made fun of, being joked about, you see the memes, you see the photoshops, you see the AI pictures made to make your coach and your team the butt of the joke. You hear Bill Burr up there saying that North Carolina's never been this, never been that. When you hear all of that, I'm not saying they will, but I'm saying I wouldn't be surprised if 20, 21-year-old, 22-year-old dudes don't react to being the butt of national jokes in the way that we all hope they would. It's a tough week for UNC. You hope they get mad and take it out on Charlotte later this week on the road up there in the other part of the state. But we'll have to wait to find out on Saturday.